Okay, I hope you can hear me well now. And so we're back into live trading again after like a small break. Now, what we can see is we can see on my main chart. So basically, we see on ES the VWAP is holding. So I'm preparing a long after we break the 63.11. I attempted this long here before, but it didn't work out because I was at the extremes. So I had to close it quickly. Now we see if we're going to break the previous day high and pop up 63.11 into 63.32, which is like the top resistance. If 63.01 is the first support to the downside, which seems to be holding. So my plan is to go long from here, take profit here, and then leave the rest as a runner. I have two micros currently after passing my PA account yesterday, so I'm gonna trade small for the next days and see how it goes. By the way, here also it's the monthly DVA high and the weekly. Okay, so we just have to wait now. We see a lot of volume coming. Unfortunately, I was doing my prep, so I missed this entry, but it wasn't quality one because we see how it wasn't a clear reclaim. I could possibly enter here, but yeah, I missed that one. So we just have to wait now. We see a lot of resistance here at the previous day high. There's a lot of sellers. Okay. Yes, we're moving above yesterday's previous day high, which is at 6,300. It is here. That's the support. Okay, let's see if we can get the reclaim of the 63.11. Where is the monthly DVA high as well there. And 63.12 we have CVA high as well. So let's see if we can get into. There's a lot of volume coming in. Let's see. I'm watching the order flow now. It's gonna pop. And let's enter now. I'm gonna drag the other one to the top. If there's a lot of volume coming, we are the extremes of the RTH, but not of the Globex. I think it should be alright. Okay, first TP was hit, so I'm in the break even now, and just I'm gonna leave a runner from now on. I'm gonna place it around 63.31, somewhere here, which is the safe distance. The safe resistance that we know is the extremes. You see there's a lot of resistance down there. That was a nice entry we did down there, like quite precise. And after the reclaim of the loss and reclaim of the previous day high, now it's natural to see the resistance at the overnight high, where the sellers like camping, but the extremes of the VWAP as well. So I'm just expecting some pullback here, but the volume is really big now. We can see here. I'm gonna bring you the screen. We can see here where we're at. So we just broken the weekly DVA high, and with us some tempting now, we may see some pullback here. We may see some pullback. And this is a pop here, which may act as a resistance. Uh, and this is our monthly highs, monthly weekly highs, 1.5 monthly. So I'm just gonna leave my runner now. After we do a pullback or something, I'm just gonna raise it a little bit. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it there. We are still trying to break the overnight high. So we see price is quite bullish at the moment because we see that the VWAP held the price from reversing. It got sandwiched a little bit between the previous day high, which is natural to see. And we're just holding a runner because we see it's a kind of like bullish. So we see this one here as well. All the signs are bullish. Okay, we see we saw an attempt to sell over there, and it was a failed attempt. Let's see if the buyers are trying to push harder. Yes, we see like volume is pushing. Wow. Okay. We're heading now to the fork I showed you before, which is at 63.21. It could be a resistance point. I was wondering if today we're gonna see that breakout. Uh, and I'm gonna elaborate which one I mean. Uh, just a sec. Yeah. So basically, so I have a 1,000 windows over here. Okay, found it. So basically, if we see the yearly, that's the high time frames. So if you see the yearly, we see that we have like kind of like a channel here. And we see this is a resistance point. So this one is trying to fill up to the 1.5 at 63.42. But we'll see if we're gonna make it. Because in the past around 63.35, you see here, 32. It was a major resistance point. So that's why I'm leaving a runner now, aiming to capture this move with minimum risk. Uh, so let's see if we're gonna break this resistance and we're gonna move to yearly plus 2. Which is way higher. It's like a 180 points higher. Quarterly we don't take into account because we haven't been advanced to the quarter yet. So I mean, that's the weekly. This one obviously has moved. I'm just gonna raise it. There's no point. And the plus two now is a 63.30. Now we're hitting the plus 1.5 at both charts. Sometimes it's resistance. Let's see on the TPO where we at. Yeah, we're getting the TPO. We're just, as I said, this is a poke. So just trying to move across the poke into the CVA high. So basically now into the CVA area of the 10th of July. And as I said, we're quite bullish because we left the yesterday's previous day high. So kinda now reaching here. I'm gonna fill this gap. It's about 80 points or something. I'm not sure we're gonna make it all the way to the top. The trading is going well. 63. There's a few ticks. That's gonna make a big difference, but so when we get there, I will start trailing it because we may see the breakout today. Because as I was saying, if you see, so it's a big mess now. It's a big mess now, but if you see, we saw that was yesterday's, the test of the lows, of the week's lows. And we saw that this level held here, 60 to 85, you see, 68. So we held higher. Today we held even higher at 63, 63 quadrants. So now I'm expecting to see some kind of breakout, possibly because we see doing higher highs. It's basic concepts, but you can understand price. You can understand price intention. So at the same time, you can see, at the same time I'm watching the RTH, I'm watching the RTH chart. As we see on the RTH, uh, we see some support here at the DVA high. I was very tempted to add one micro, but because I don't see clear bullish scenario, and then we see the order flow is negative now, so I don't want to try anything. I'll just hold on to my one runner and see what I can squeeze out of it. I would be surprised if we see another retracement at the VWAP. Okay, now we're testing the overnight high and the value area extremes from the upside. So that would be an interesting point. But we're still now below the POC at 63.21. There's a POC there. That was the rejection about. What we saw now was from POC. Let's see if the overnight high will hold the price. As I said, it's also the value area high from the, you see, it's the value area high. There are buyers here. So we'll see who's going to be stronger. Is that the POC or it's going to be the value? The value usually is quite strong. So we may see a breakout here. As I said yesterday, I can do a recap later. Yes, yesterday I did uh, quite a trade. It was very risky. It turned out well, but it was very risky, and it made me pass the evaluation account. So I'm trading with PA Apex account now. So that's why you see me. I'm trading very small. I'm trading 2 micros. Uh, until I build some good buffer of around 2 3K. I'm just going to be trading small and then gradually increase. Now I think, let me see. Yeah, I think now it's a good way to place my stop just about here, probably. The reason I placed it here is because, and not here, I could place it a bit above, but I place it here because I want to take it level to level. So let's place it below the 63.15. We still see bullish momentum, so nothing changes. Volume has speed reduced. As we see, we are reaching the 10K, which is the threshold on the delta. We still we still have 1.8K to go, but mm, let's see how are we doing on the charts. Yes, we're at the POC now, so that's why we see some resistance there. We just need to clear this one. I may as well put it below weekly to my final target or trail it because I have the impression we may attempt to hit the CVA high today, but we haven't done in the past. But we may do today, but we'll see. I'll raise my stop a little bit. In theory, the DVA high should hold if we may see some healthy reaction there. However, if we see it coming back into it, then it means that we are heading into the VWAP retest. So far, so well. So we saw also at the same time I'm watching the RTH. So we saw some nice pullback here, 63.90s. This is the volume chart, by the way. The other one is a 1 minute chart. The volume chart gives me a little bit more clear uh, picture, you see, of the levels and how it reacts to them. So here you see it was a clear bull scenario. We would try to sell, we failed, then we go again, and we tested, and we go again. So we are on a very good path. Okay, it's going to be interesting now. We're heading into the resistance area. It seems we're going to clear the POC now. Okay, we already see some resistance there at the 63.24. If we get taken out, if for some reason we get taken out here, we'll see how it goes. I might attempt one or two more trades, but we'll see how it's gonna go because we may see the price now getting rejected, coming back and reclaim the VWAP and then pop higher because I see a lot of resistance now. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm just doing scenario now. Okay, now we're just here is the poke actually. Exactly here is the poke. So it's very natural to see some price chopping around, consolidating. Probably we're getting ready to move higher. So we see 63.24. It's quite difficult to break. Yeah, 63.24, Martini says is one of the triangles I showed you before on the high time frames on the yearly. It says is and the next resistance point is 63.33. Uh, Initially I thought it was only this one, but it turns out there is this one as well. Here now we're about to test the VWAP on the RTH. Let's see if we find some buyers there. Okay, we just got taken out. Maybe it's better that way. We're gonna find a very better entry. See here, I'll try the RTH one. And I'm gonna put my stops about here. Shit. Okay, I got taken out again. It is continue slower. Let's see. We're testing the monthly DVA high again. Yeah, as I said before, this one, the 6324, is a POC. So we just found the resistance of the POC now. Now we're testing the monthly DVA highs. Now we're testing the previous day high actually, which is just below it. Just basically kind of like rotating to the VWAP. Nothing strong. Now it's a good point to enter if it reclaims. Let's see. Now it's a good point because we're at the VWAP of the Globex, but at the same time we're at the DVA low of the RTH. There are many levels here, by the way, so price has slowed down. Now we found that the VWAP and we found the DVA low at the RTH, so they're both buyers there. So is it enough to reverse it? We'll see, I guess. It's quite difficult trading the highs, to be honest. Let's see. I'm gonna have an enter here with tight stops about here. Let's see. Yeah, if you see like here, price on the RTH found the VWAP and you can't break it above. So let's see. But we have the VWAP of the Globex and we have the previous day high that they're holding there. So my first partial is going to be taken at the highs of the structure, just below the 63.24s, and the other one just going to leave a runner again, just to see if we can take it to the next level. The price action is very slow now. Let's see. We have a lot of we have the overnight high, we have the VPOC, the intraday VPOC there, so it's a lot of resistance. Let's see if we can break through these levels. And I have the impression that at some point sooner or later we're gonna have a big volume coming in. Because we see here we found a good base at the 5K of the delta, and now I think they're gonna have big volume coming in at some point. It's quite boring, but that's trading I guess sometimes. We see some sellers there, but the buyers are holding the price. So for now, at least, these moves have very good potential, but there are so many levels, and the resistance is so big that we can't really move properly. This moves, if we were not the highs, it would have been now like this massive moves. But now we just grind. That's very slowly. Some big buyers came in, they were all absorbed instantly. Just watching the order flow, and I'm ready to flatten if I don't see what I need to see. If I see the bulls are breaking, they can continue. I'm just gonna flatten it. There's no point. It looks that way, but let's see. Yeah, just gonna close my trade at break even almost, and I'm gonna be waiting a little bit. We still have 1 more hour of trading. So I'm not gonna force anything. I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna be like a big flash. I'm waiting like a big flash down here, so or maybe a fail breakdown here somewhere. class action is very crap. I'm not gonna enter here. I'm gonna be waiting to see if we're gonna trade lower, so I can grab this. I'm looking to get somewhere here, probably the overnight lows, so I can grab a big move to the upside, or just waiting to clear the overnight highs here. This area is very choppy. Gonna see if we can break through this and go higher. But this is we are the extremes now, so I'm not keen to try anything new. I'm just gonna be waiting for either big volume to come in and break these resistances, which I really doubt, or see a big failure, or if we go again to this, if we see this one, so 6301 is the support zone. So if we do like a fair breakdown here and reclaim, I might enter. This is a very choppy area with a lot of levels, so I'm not gonna be bothered. We also see some form of compression here as well. So you can see there's a line here. You can see a clear pattern here. These compressions are very useful. Last time I took a few days ago this one and it went really well to the upside. So we'll see if we break this one to the upside and we reclaim the 6319 like this. I may as well look to take it.
I think we should break a bottle of champagne across its bow.
Well, if you're intending to get this thing home for your anniversary tonight, I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Listen, I want you to know well, I feel very fortunate to have met you.
I'm breaking out. And you're gonna make sure my brother goes with me.
Okay, we see some reaction here. Let's see if it's gonna clear out these levels. Okay, we see some good volume coming now. Not ideal, but still better than before. See if I can get a good entry. Okay, I've entered there. Hopefully the volume is really good. I did enter a little bit early. I was tricked by the order flow, but looks it's gonna be going well. I have a lot of sellers stepping in, but we may get something out of it. Let's see. By the way, here is the poke as well. So I'm not sure I did well of entering there just before the poke. It's not working. We have some sellers, but the buyers are still holding the place. Okay, we see some sellers absorption. Yeah, I'm holding the trade still because we haven't seen anything dramatic, just some absorption in place. I haven't seen I haven't seen so much work, so much bad action for a long time. Very slow, very choppy, and probably this one's going to be my last trade as well. Let's see if we can get out of it something. Still, sellers are getting absorbed, which is a good sign for the longs. Just waiting to see where the buyers are going to just absorb everyone. Just I'm just rotating now, just before the poke, trying to break it, but we're just going sideways now. There's not much volume. Volume died. Everything's getting absorbed. It's just I'm hanging on the trade because we haven't seen any clear decision whether it's going to go up or down. So since we don't have any conviction yet, I'm not closing my trade. Okay, if we clear the poke, there is some chance we may go higher, but let's see. Okay, again, rejection. Let's see. This is the worst price action. This is, I don't know when we had like again this so bad price action. funny, everyone is getting absorbed on both sides. So, okay, what shall I say? We're still hugging there. Nothing really. For the last, I don't know, half an hour. It's ridiculous. Now buyers seems to be getting ahead. They start to clear some imbalances. Not really. Every time I've seen this price action going sideways at the tops, usually ends up with a reversal. So, but I'm hanging there to see. It's a waste of time, to be honest, this price action. It's not worth it. I'm gonna, since I'm in the trade, I'm gonna see how this one is gonna end, close the day, and go home. See if I can take this piece of over here, if we manage to do something. Okay, sellers are pushing up the pop, but buyers are giving some more volume now. So let's see. Normally that would be a nice setup, but because we're at the highs, we see how difficult it is price to continue. They grinding very slow, painfully slow. We'll see if we reverse below 63.90s, I'm gonna close the trade. Seems as buyers are pushing now, but they still can't break the pop. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Now there's a chance. Let's see. Tries to break the pop. Still rejection. Wow. Okay. Okay. Seems he broke all the negative balance that was there holding it. Let's see now if we're gonna move on. By the way, you can have a look at the pop here. This is what I'm looking at. There was a negative balance here holding the price. So I'm gonna hold my position here. If it goes below, I'm gonna close it. If we go here and we stall before the 63.24, I'm gonna close my position completely. We see how the imbalance are be taken. It seems to have a nice volume coming in now. Okay, we took profits. We still carry on. Oh, the last TP is here at the last resort. Let's see. You see how bullish we are. After all this compression, we may see price skyrocketing. Okay, price action will be better now, a bit faster. We see the absorption here at this level, but we see how less interesting, how less there isn't much interest to sell, so we may pop higher now. So we're going at the weekly plus 2 now. Okay, we see a lot of volume coming. That's why I'm gonna hold my trade and see if we can reach our target. For the last 2 hours, we haven't been anywhere. We just range about 20 points. If I see 63.24 failing, I'm just gonna close it and take profits. I'm not gonna see another runner returning to my point. We see like the imbalances are disappearing and then reappearing. So the constant selling pressure and absorption, we see how these all are getting absorbed. But despite the absorption, we don't see the price returning coming down. So that means there's a constant pressure here. We see another imbalance just disappeared. Let's see if we can go higher. We must stop run here. You see absorption here in the middle. There's still volume coming, so I can see it. It just can't push through. There's a lot of volume coming. For 4,000, we went to 5,000 in a second. And I'm done for the day. We also see we almost reached the 10K. Just to imagine how much absorption we have from the sellers. We reach almost the 10K, which is the threshold. For the 10K is the threshold for trading days. If there's a trading day, usually we see a lot of volume. We reach 10K and we move like 20 points.